Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
All right, everybody, we are back on Saturday morning, and it is a long week. We've got a little bit of video that we're going to play for you from the adventures we had while we were gone. We're trying to decide if we stay Saturday morning, but this is John with mkdcast.com, Movie Killers Podcast, and I got Mark, the co-host, with me as always. Let's rewind this music now. All right. And today we got a pretty interesting topic. Again, we're going with a little controversy. And for everybody who watched our TikTok video out there with Elliot Page talking about the Odyssey, getting a huge response on that, a lot of good comments, pretty interesting debate going back and forth, and a bunch of knuckleheads out there who just absolutely have no idea what goes on in the world. So that's my opinion only. I'm sure Mark feels differently.
Very differently. But we're not going to touch that in this episode.
No, every time I talk about anything political, Mark's butt tightens up. So.
Yeah, I cringe. I absolutely cringe.
So we're going to stay away from that. But today's topic is, and we're going to stick with our normal agenda. We're going to talk a little bit about some movies that are out and what they're doing. And there's one that is just setting records and blowing things up. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. Then we're going to go into our controversial topic of the week, which, again, folks, the data talks, and I know you guys will, first reaction will be like, what the hell are they doing? And I got a buddy, Ed, who's going to be highly upset over this, because if you go back to episode 1, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And then we are going to go into our sleeper picks. And then finally, we're going to wrap up with Mark's missed casting call, which also seems to be getting some pretty good feedback and some pretty good comments. And folks, I have not seen it. So I told him I would not watch it.
I'm going to give you a hint. It's very heart-throbbish. I'll leave it at
that. I don't even know where to go with that. All right. So I'm going to show a little bit of a picture. You guys can see it. This is just a predecessor of what Mark and I went through this week. It was a pretty rough week.
Very rough week.
We had a little bit of an adventure we went on that we had to deal with, and the weather was absolutely gorgeous. But Mark is trying to learn how to play golf, and we both are, honestly. Like, neither of us are very good, but we decided that we were going to try to learn this and pick up a hobby.
I would say we don't embarrass ourselves when we're on the golf course, right? We're not shooting in the 80s by like ever. But we shoot in like the high 90s, hundreds, right? I mean, respectable for two guys that really started playing probably more regularly in the last 2 years. And prior to that, right, almost non-existent. But I took this picture right before the clubhouse. This is in Arcadia Bluffs in Michigan. Just the setting was just absolutely gorgeous. The weather was mild, seasonably warmer, as the locals were saying. They said it's usually colder than this at this time of the year. I'm like, wow, it's like June, it should be warm, but it was in the would you say low mid 70s, right? Last couple of days.
Yeah, and not like for those of you guys who don't know, so Arcadia Bluffs is in the bustling big city of Traverse City. We went into the airport. There was a 4 terminals, maybe. I don't know. The same lady who took our tickets is the same lady who put us through security, and then the same lady who checked us in at the gate. So,
correct.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And to go back, I'm sorry, I'm distracted we're trying to upload some different things from the show, but we're trying to get started, so we didn't take this into the middle of the day. But the weather was probably in the high 60s, low 70s, light breeze. If you look in the background, that's Lake Michigan, which I've never seen Lake Michigan before, and it was absolutely gorgeous. So we're going off into a little bit of nonsense because Mark and I decided that he was going to shoot his own video, and it's a video show. And Mark is a golf killer, which I don't know if that feeds into the, but it's entertaining. So we figured we'd give you guys a little insight.
That's a great call.
All right, so let's get rid of that, and we're going to show this. The audio is important.
Yeah, but I mean, this is me. I think this is the first hole. I had a great I had a great drive. So this is my second shot. And you can roll the tape, and then there's always commentary. All right, I just got to go straight.
Oh, hold on.
There it is.
All right, hold on. Let's start it over.
Okay. I just got to go straight.
Yeah. So it's going to take a picture of your ass while you're hitting the ball.
Oh, so you're going to come around?
Well, I'm not now. Let's go. Behind pace.
See, now you're rushing me. When I get rushed, then you like purposefully wreck my shot. And it cut off.
It cut off. I don't know why it cut off. That's just what that's a 29-second setup for Mark to walk up, get to the ball, and hit the ball. 30 seconds.
It's a shame. The rest of the clip, there was commentary you and I had. It was so funny, but that's all right.
You got to give me a longer clip. Maybe that's just where the clip ended.
No, I just watched it in its entirety, and it's the second half of the video was pretty funny.
All right. So anybody who's watching live, you got what you got. There's one movie out that's out right now that is absolutely just breaking records and blowing stuff up. And I don't know how else to explain it, but if you guys have seen anything with The Obsession is by a guy named Curry Barker, who brought this thing. And he's already getting, I don't know, offer after offer after offer. And the words that are used to describe this are massive historic ROI multipliers, where it had a $750,000 to $1 million budget, and it's already over $170 million. That's unheard of when it comes into movies making money. Like, it's unheard of. So the multiplier on that thing is, I don't know. I can't even do math that high. I need Gemini to tell me what the math is.
Yeah, but I mean, even from a historic perspective, is there any film that even came close to that in terms of a multiplier in ROI? I'm trying to think of, like an independent film that just blew up because of word of mouth but still limited marketing, et cetera, et cetera. Like I'm going back, like, I mean, there's those, like, Reservoir Dogs. I think of that was considered successful, but I don't think it. I mean, I got to look it up, but I don't think it made that kind of money. But this one is just like ridiculous. I don't even think Gemini could have predicted the ROI on this one. Maybe 40, 50 million, but my goodness, that is just ridiculous.
Yeah, they're comparing it to Paranormal Activity and the Blair Witch Project.
Okay,
right.
There you go.
And those were two micro budget movies that came out that set all sorts of records. And this thing is projected to just absolutely crush it. So they're saying it's a 4,000 time return.
Wow.
When you start putting this together, a 400x multiplier return on investment. So they're projecting worldwide it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of, close to 400 million by the time it's done. And it's $750,000 budget. So if you want to pull out the, your algebra and calculus and whatever else you need to do, it's just absolutely ridiculous of where this thing is going to end up. So if you took 40,000 and did 400,000, it's a 10x multiplier. So this is 750,000 going to 400 million. So whatever that.
But how about that distribution company that bought that for 15 million, right? I said that's a bargain because he's probably going to make 40 million minimum.
Yeah,
he's making over 100.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
And not to mention all the offers that are coming to this guy already. Like he's I guess we can jump ahead a little bit. So when we talk about our sleeper pick, I'm going to pick his next movie. I'm not going to talk about the name or anything until we get to that segment of the show, but flat out his next movie is my next pick because And we're gonna talk a little bit about the movie ball calculation, because for everybody who doesn't know, our target tonight is Margot Robbie, right? And some of the movie ball statistics that we put together for Margot Robbie are gonna just shed a light on what she is doing in Hollywood. And even Mark went in very pessimistic on the topic. And when we started looking at the data, again, data doesn't lie. And the projections of things that she's done and how this works out is it's very interesting.
Yeah, I guess let's get into Margot, if shall we?
Yeah.
Her latest film, Wuthering Heights, directed by Emerald Fennell. Production budget of $80 million, grossed 240, call it 242 worldwide. So it made money. I think we would consider, like, a 2.5x as a break even. So 200K roughly was the break even. So it made, roughly 42 million. That's good. It was considered one of the highest grossing films, believe it or not, for this year. So I pegged it higher. I got to go back to our episode, but I thought it was going to be good because, obviously it's been done before, but with this was a different take. She basically, right, she was the producer on this, and that's the interesting part, I think, about Margot more than anything. I think, and we'll get into that. You compare her numbers as an actress versus her numbers as a producer. Two different stories completely.
Yeah, agreed. So let me give you a little background. So Margot Elise Robbie, I like the name Elise. She's born July 2nd. So her birthday's coming up for anybody who'd like to wish her a happy birthday, 1990. So she was born in Queensland, Australia.
Yes.
She is, I just had it. Crap. She's been nominated for 3 Academy Awards, 4 Golden Globes, and 6 British Academy Film Awards, equivalent to the U.S. Academy Awards. She's married to Tom Ackerley. I have no idea who that is. But together they founded the production company Lucky Chap Entertainment, which comes into play because it was the main player around Barbie and a couple other things that we were going to talk about as we go through.
Yeah, but the interesting part about the Lucky Chap part, though, they founded that back in 2014. So this wasn't like we did this like the last 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. They planned this, and they founded it rather in 2014.
Yep. Yeah. Their company, 100%.
Yep.
And they're taking this and they're making a lot of money with it. One child, if it's relevant. And I started looking at the Lucky Chap when you were talking about it, and then I jumped away.
Did I distract you, John?
You did. It's all right. I'm thinking about that golf swing. It just threw me away.
Can I throw in an interesting factoid about her early childhood?
Sure.
While you're searching. So at age 8, her mother enrolled her in a circus school where she trained in trapeze. So she got, she didn't do any acting lessons, dance lessons. It was legit trapeze training. And it was said that she became skilled enough that years later it was considered useful for a potential film role. So she was doing this hardcore, like Cirque du Soleil style, like she was that good. But it doesn't really, like when I was reading about it, it didn't say how it ended. How her trapeze career, if you want to call it that, ended.
Maybe she fell.
Maybe she fell, and they didn't want to talk about it. But yeah,
she's a big surfer. But I found where I was at. So in 2023, she was the world's highest paid actress, and Time Magazine rated her as one of the most influential actors globally. So pretty impressive when you look at her metrics and her stats. Like she is, she's all about it.
Yeah. And she hasn't had a very, I would say she hasn't had an extensive career, but I mean, it's 10 plus years, right? Yep. I guess by Hollywood standards, that's considered, relatively average, but I think her career, you can break it down into essentially 3 phases. in her early go, like 2016 to say 2020, she had hits like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Bombshell, I, Tonya, where she
I,
got
Tonya was
nominated.
good. She was crazy good in that.
I mean, she was an Oscar nominee, right?
Yeah.
And she was a producer in some of those films through Lucky Chap. But she was just like a prestige star. And then came like the bombs. So if we look at her last 10 films, and we just talked about Wuthering Heights, but before Barbie, Asteroid City, Babylon, Amsterdam, Suicide Squad, 3 out of the 4 completely bombed. Bombed.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, and here's the thing. It came out during the pandemic. The budget was 185 and it made 169. So it lost money. Followed up by Amsterdam, which came out in 2022 with an $80 million budget, grossed 31 million. So that was another big bomb. And her trifecta bomb was Babylon, also in 2022, same $80 million budget and a $63 million gross. So 3 back-to-back bombs. Like, a lot of people typically don't survive that in Hollywood, right? That's what's the word that they use? She becomes a box office poison.
Yeah.
Right? That's the phrase that's thrown out a lot. But
yeah, I think the thing that helps her is she's got the face, right? Like, she's got the brand recognition, she's got the face recognition. She's a stunningly beautiful woman,
right?
And they're going to put her in things, but you go from 2017 Time Most Influential Actor, 2023 highest paid actress, and then to your point, you just have bomb after bomb after bomb. You want to see? You want me to play your favorite scene?
Sure. So
her breakout role came in Wolf of Wall Street. That's where she kind of lit things up, which was a great movie. We've talked about Leonardo DiCaprio. He's one of the few actors out there that can really carry a movie. Probably one of the 5 that we think can actually stand on their own 2 feet. So you put him in there with a star-studded cast along with the up-and-coming Margot Robbie. And, this is what you get.
Good morning, Daddy. Where's my kiss?
Hey, sweetheart. Does Daddy get a kiss from both of his little girls? Huh?
Oh, no. No, Daddy doesn't even get to touch Mommy for a very, very, very long time.
Daddy's really sorry about what he said in the other room. He didn't mean any of it.
Daddy shouldn't waste his time. And from now on, it's gonna be nothing but short skirts around the house. And you know something else, Daddy? Mommy is just so sick and tired of wearing panties.
Yeah?
Yeah. But no touching.
Oh, gosh.
That's great, right?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So that's her up and coming breakout role for some reason that I have yet to understand why everybody in Hollywood just
I don't get it. I don't get it. What are we missing, John? What are we missing?
Here, this is my new sound clip.
And you know something else, Daddy? Mommy is just so sick and tired of wearing panties.
I'm going to just play that all the time now. All right, so let's go back to her. To your point, let's go back to her thing.
Yeah. So as an actor,
breakout role 2013 Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, her as an actress, her ROI is mixed, right? Like Barbie changed everything. Like it was like the single film that erased her box office poison conversation. But as a producer, like her ROI is like elite, like absolutely elite, like through Lucky Chap Entertainment. She's just on a different level. So I think with her, when she made that pivot, I think she was transitioning overall, right, into as a producer. But you know, did Barbie prove that she's a movie star, or did it just prove that she's one of the smartest producers in the game? Right? Like,
and, yeah, maybe that goes back to like Ben Affleck, right? Like, not the greatest actor, very dry, but man, he direct. And if you pick his directing, the movies where he's the director, his movies are really, really good. Like, you know, Argo, a couple other components. Maybe she is just made to be a producer. She's got an eye for it, and she knows what she's doing.
Yeah. Like without Barbie, let's say Barbie never existed and somebody else took that project. We'd still be, I mean, we're talking about Babylon, Amsterdam, Suicide Squad, and Wuthering Heights. Wolf of Wall Street early in her career, right? But, you know, she's, 10 years beyond that. That's all we'd be talking about. Like Barbie was saved her career, or just put her in a different, tier.
Yeah, and she was the catalyst or the driving force behind Greta Gerwig as the director. So there was a lot of up in the air of who we're going to get. And she came in and said, this is my person. I want them as the director. And Greta Gerwig gets a lot of credit for the success of Barbie with everything that she did and her writing and how she contributed to the writing. But that was at the pushing of Margot Robbie. So the two of them, and that goes back to the producer influencing the movie outside of just the actress or the actor, right? And the other thing is Ryan Gosling was just incredible in that. So I'm a big Ryan Gosling fan, but So I think I think her impact to Hollywood ultimately came from Lucky Chap. Not really her performances, but kudos to her, man. Like she reminds me of Reese Witherspoon, right? She went the route of being owning her own company, her own production, her own, I mean, she basically just backs projects financially, and she collects on the back end. But still, though, I mean, it's easy to say that, but you have to pick the right projects and develop the brand, market the brand. And kudos to both of them. They did it. Shit. Yeah. Her production company also did I, Tonya, right?
Yeah,
so I, Tonya was her Academy Award role, to incredible content. I can't think of the woman's name who played her mom, Janie. I'll find it as we're talking. But I think that was the start of her production company.
Right.
And, then she came out and she made a name. I think the hottest Halloween costume ever is Harley Quinn, right? So she came through and did Harley Quinn and Suicide Squad, which was not a good movie, but she really stood out in that and kind of made a name for herself in that as well.
And it bombed theatrically.
Yeah, it didn't do well.
Zero money. And I said this earlier, she survived something most stars don't. 3 consecutive box office disappointments. And these were not like, $3, $4, $10 million. These are $80+ million movies that lost money. Then she turned around and then she produces Barbie, and she became probably one of the more powerful, producers in Hollywood. And then she's kind of been more or less on a roll since. Yeah.
Allison Janney is the actor who played Tonya Harding's mom in I, Tonya. And if you haven't watched I, Tonya, go watch it. Like it's incredible. And Allison Janney is absolutely amazing. But a lot of that I give credit to is Lindsey Graham, who's the casting director, who's done the casting for probably half of Margot Robbie's movies. So she's one of those people that Margot Robbie just takes with her everywhere she goes. But the casting on that was just spot on. It was so good.
Yeah. And so if we had to peg her on the Mendoza line, this is tough. I mean, if we were just rating her based on her,
she's so low.
That's what I'm saying. If we just had to rate her as an actor, she would be she's at like a 0.
Yeah, I think a 0. I think she's a Ben Affleck, great producer.
No, I'm just
very limited role, right?
Yeah, yeah. As a producer, she ROIs like crazy, but as an actor, she really doesn't. So that's why she was the topic of discussion this week. Because the numbers never
Couple trailers. I'll let you pick. You want the Barbie trailer, which we've all seen a million times. We got Harley Quinn being iconic Margot Robbie. And we got I'm probably one of the only 10 people in the world that liked Babylon, right? I thought Babylon was really good. I could watch it over and over again. Brad Pitt was incredible. I thought Margot Robbie was Margot Robbie. She's the same.
Let's go with Babylon.
All right. So she's the same as Suicide Squad and Wolf of Wall Street. She just plays the same character. But Babylon, if you ever watch, for a little history of Babylon, if you ever watch Singing in the Rain and everything that went on with Singing in the Rain, and then you watch Babylon, like watch them within a day or two of each other. They're the same movie, and a lot of Singing in the Rain, a lot of Babylon is based on Singing in the Rain. So a little bit of trivia there if you guys haven't seen it. But all right, let's show Babylon. I really enjoyed Babylon.
Action, Miss Moore. Hand on chest. A gas.
Goodness, what is going on here?
Rule of bar. Look at Miss Moore. And tears.
Okay, glycerin. We seem to be out.
What? You haven't used any.
Porky thought it was lube.
You thought it was lube?
Yes.
She can't cry. She's just some random whore from Wallach's house. Cut.
Hiya, I'm Nellie Leroy. So we going again?
Action! Cut! Cut! Okay, I want to try something. Do you think you could hold for 2 beats for the tears gushing? So eyes water for 2, and on the 3rd beat, I'm going to do a light effect. That's when you gush.
What if it 2? Gush on 3. Yeah, yes.
Okay, let's do it! Ruth, any notes on my entrance? You're fine. Okay, forgive the ask. This is nuts, but could you by any chance try the same thing with less tears?
1 tear or 2?
Full tear! An embarrassment! Look at Miss Moore! You're trying to hide the...
Right?
That's
so
good.
it's Margot Robbie being Margot Robbie, right? It's just the same thing. But the whole thing is like the heyday of Hollywood back in the 20s and the crazy parties and the extravagance of everything that's going on, which is Babylon, right? That's kind of why it got called. But everything is way over the top. And Samara Weaving, you guys know I love her, but she's in it.
Yes.
And, star-studded cast. But to me, it's a sleeper. I'll go watch it every time it's on, but I really enjoyed it. But it made no money.
As long as you were entertained.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, which is why I love Bruce Campbell so much. It's all about being entertained.
There you go.
So Mark and I did a little digging, and we wanted to get back on the movie ball data train. And I'm going to give you guys some data that is flat out scary with how well the data predicted. And we talked about this before. We were going to go back. We were going to look at some things that had happened previously, and we're going to say, hey, could we take the data that predicted this train wreck? So we took the raw data behind Barbie, Babylon, and Amsterdam. And we said, based on the data alone, what's going to do well and what's not going to do well. And this is Mark's pessimistic attitude where we went into this and he's like, and then, I'm going to show my ass as I swing instead of put it in front where you guys can see my face. So this is a similar approach. So I
didn't understand the correlation, but go ahead. Keep going.
The correlation is you had doubt when I'm telling you.
All right.
Hold on.
I just got to go straight. I wish we could get this entire.
It's going to take a picture of your ass while you're. Yeah, you had doubt. Like, why are you putting the camera behind you? Because nobody wants to look at your ass.
Behind pace. Now you're rushing me. When I get rushed, then you purposefully wreck my shot.
So, hey, wouldn't it be great to see the front of Mark while he's taking this swing?
You have the other clip where I have you swinging? You do have that.
Hold on. Nobody wants to see my swing.
No, you got to play that. We all want to see it.
For some reason, it's not playing. It's coming up with 0. It's not loading.
You're embarrassed to show your swing. That's what.
Dude, here, if I show it, it's just going to spin.
Dude, that's my conclusion. Embarrassed to show your swing.
Everybody, I will put my spin into my swing into the edited version.
All right, fine.
So
All right.
when we start
movie
looking
ball.
at, let's go back to the data. Let's go back to movie ball.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, let's take Barbie, Babylon, Amsterdam. Greta Gerwig, who's the director of Barbie. Damien Chazelle, who's the director of Babylon. And this guy, David Russell, who is the director of Amsterdam. Now, these guys have good metrics, right? Greta Gerwig did Lady Bird. She did Little Women. She did a whole bunch of stuff, right? Damien Chazelle did Whiplash, one of my top 10 favorite movies. La La Land, which I enjoy. David Russell did Silver Linings Playbook. Bradley Cooper, good movie. He did American Hustle, So these guys are not slouches. These guys have good metrics behind them. Then we took the writers, the producers, the casting directors, a couple other things, fed them into the Wayback Machine. And basically it came back and said, look, we did not put IP into this. We did not put Barbie yet into the IP machine. And it said, look, Greta Gerwig going into this movie was on a massive upswing. Chazelle on a sharp downward trend. Russell on a sharp downward trend. So basically saying, taking all the different pieces, writers, producers, director, casting director, blah, 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 blah. It was predicted that Gerwig's movie was going to do well and Chazelle and Russell were not going to do well. Then we say, okay, let's take the IP related to any of these topics and let's say, how does IP come into play? And if you inject the Barbie IP into the data, as Barbie being a global market powerhouse, a 60-year toy brand, 99% global name recognition, 99%. You go anywhere in the world and you say Barbie, people know what you're talking about. The words that came back, absolute financial nuclear event, which is exactly what happened, right? This thing just broke records all over the place. And the brand mitigated the Margot Robbie risk because of everything else that she had going on and the fact that she really never had a blockbuster up until that point. These other guys had none of that. So I think we're getting so good with this that we said, okay, now let's take some movies that are coming out, feed all the same metrics into this, and we're going to see what happens. Now, these movies haven't come out. We've made some predictions, but we're going to start tuning and tailoring the predictions. And for this, using all the same metrics that predicted the other three, Toy Story 5, we know, I don't need metrics to tell me this is going to be an absolute hit. It's got IP, it's got all the other upswing, it's got everything else going to it. Disclosure, Steven Spielberg, bomb. The budget, runaway budget, on and on and on. Prediction, it's going to be a bomb. It's not even going to break even. He-Man, high risk, but barely will break even. So the metrics now that we're getting better are saying it's not going to be a huge loss. It's not going to be a huge win. It's going to barely break even. But the IP of He-Man versus the IP of Barbie is significantly affecting the metrics because they're saying it's the 80s nostalgia of the Gen Xers where Barbie is just all generations across the world. So we did feed the IP data in for He-Man, and it just really had no effect on the data at all compared to something like Barbie. So anybody who's out there who's in the data, and as we continue to view the data and you want to see how we're doing, it's just fascinating when you start plugging this information in and how quick and easy it is to calculate, which is baffling to us that why aren't the studios doing this? Like, why aren't they doing the same things that we're doing? So I'll stop there because I've been rambling, but I'm just fascinated by all of it.
Yeah, when I read that, I was just blown away by just the precision of the data and like just the accuracy of the forecasting based on the model that it, whatever model it uses to kind of generate the, these predictions. I think we were close though when we were like He-Man, for example, right? Came out in the 80s. I think I watched every episode. I had my He-Man toys. So did all my friends because that was just like the popular thing to do. Then Transformers came out. So, we were all very big fans of, the cartoon and just like everything else, right? Every other IP, source that was originated as a cartoon, comic book, whatever, gets created as a feature film. You always have kind of a mixed bag of, the results. I thought He-Man was going to just break even. After watching the trailer, because there's enough of like people like myself that were glued to the TV set when it came out as a cartoon. I think there's enough of a following, enough of a base that it will at least break even. I'm going in there just hoping to be at least entertained. I don't think it's going to be a, like an Iron Man, right? I was a huge Iron Man fan, and after watching that movie, I was like, wow, that was one of the best comic book feature films that I ever saw at that point. I'm not expecting the same results there, but I'm expecting to be entertained, right?
Yeah, I'm really digging Camila Mendez, right? Who's the female lead who plays, I think her name's Tila. Mm-hmm. And this is how bored I get when we're not, traipsing through Michigan. And we do have day jobs for those of you who think we just play golf and do podcasts. But I've been trolling her pretty hard on TikTok, and it's like such a juvenile thing to do. And I'll admit it, but she's posting a ton of videos on TikTok about He-Man, and she's got like Galitzin and all these other people from the show doing videos. And every comment I make is like, well, if only the movie writing was as good as the writing in your TikTok videos. And I'm just like picking at her. I'm hoping to get a response, but no response yet, which is sad. But she's great. And I'm really sad for her that she's in this movie and she's got this upcoming career, and she's going to be great in Hollywood. She's really charismatic and personable, and, she has a lot of range in what she does. But I know she picked this movie thinking this was going to be a big breakout role for her, and she's doing everything she can to kind of promote it on her own through her TikTok page and everything else. But I hope it doesn't drag her down, because I think she's one of the young people in Hollywood that has a lot of bright future. So I'm pulling for her, but I don't think He-Man was the right choice. But people take a paycheck, they get what they get, and they have a lot of dreams. So hopefully it works out for her.
Yeah, it's material, it's content, right? Like if you're a movie producer, you're a director, and you kind of fall within that genre, like that's your genre of interest. Like He-Man at some point was going to get developed and produced, right? And I mean, at some point. So it was just a matter of time. I was just kind of hoping for, like, when I saw the trailer, it's just like, I hate it when it looks so whimsical.
Yes.
I want it to look more like I think the Avengers, they did that right. And I also like Justice League. I think I like the, what was that director? The Snyder version.
Zack Snyder, yeah.
Yeah. I like the Snyder version of Justice League. I thought that was, it was a little dark, but it was very emotional. And, it had me because it was, there was that emotional tie into it with Superman. But that's what I was hoping to see. But that's not what you're going to get with this film.
No, you're going to get like Speed Racer. For anybody who watched Speed Racer when that thing came out.
Yeah.
To your point, very whimsical, very cartoony, right? And I think we're kind of beyond that. If you want to see a cartoon, go see
Toy Story,
Super Mario, or Toy Story. Yeah. But if you want to see something serious and you want to appeal to an adult audience, go see Batman Begins, right? Like, to me, that's like the
100%, yeah,
model that everybody should follow.
Yes. I mean, the 2025 Superman also fell in that genre. It just, I did not care for it. It was just,
well, that's like Supergirl with the dog and the whole thing. And I'm not really feeling that. I don't think that's going to do well.
Yeah.
But we are going to come up with our, go ahead.
I was going to say, surprisingly, a lot of people dug it. Like, you could tell, it just had that very, I'm talking about Superman now. It had a very James Gunn feel. I mean,
but you really like the Superman stuff. I personally, I kind of struggle with it. So, I mean, I watch it a couple extra times because I know you're big on it. So I always go back and I'll give it another shot. But, I know Henry Cavill was the guy, and he was, outside of Christopher Reeves, he was like my favorite Superman. But
yeah,
I struggle with the DC movies. Like the DC movies for me, I don't know what the story with those are, but I just really struggle.
Yeah. I mean, if you're talking about, Man of Steel was just my favorite, probably superhero flick. That and Iron Man of all time. Those two.
Yep. Yeah. Iron Man was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's play one more Margot Robbie just because I like looking at her.
People are about to die.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Had to go number 2.
Good to know.
Oh, so sorry.
Can I help you?
Why, yes, you can. I'm here to report a terrible crime.
And what terrible crime is that?
This one.
Carry it for.
Carry it for who? For what?
¡O te mato!
This is so frustrating. He just told me I have to carry this javelin for a reason, but he didn't say why.
Oh, God, stop. You're gonna do that thing where you open up a weird-ass case of torture devices while inexplicably detailing your master plan and how I don't fit into it.
I'm building a better...
Seriously, you don't have to. Really? You're building a criminal empire because Daddy kicked you out of Janice Corp.
And you think this is a big fuck you, but in actuality, it's a very misguided attempt to win back his respect.
I get it. You're really not as complicated as you think.
Everywhere I go,
Jesus Christmas. Now you're gonna say that you want to kill me to set an example.
What are you guys doing?
Well, we're here to save you.
You were gonna save me?
It was a really good plan, too.
Well, I can go back inside and you can still do it. What was that? I should kill everyone and escape? Sorry. The voices. I'm kidding. Jeez. That's not what they really said.
What are we even doing here? There are two ways that diamond's coming out of you. This way or this way.
Who's Milton?
What?
I don't remember any Milton.
Fuck!
I gotta stop it there. Like, if I can figure out how. Guys, we use this software and they made a bunch of changes to the software. So Mark, I mean, I'm struggling and my distractions are affecting Mark.
You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
But I can't get things to play. I can't get them to start. They're muted. It's just like Riverside. If you're out there and you're listening, just leave well enough alone. Stop effing with stuff.
Yes. You know, when she was filming Suicide Squad, I read that, you probably know this too, she got obsessed with tattooing. And she actually bought a... Oh, I thought you did. So she bought a tattoo gun and she began tattooing cast members, her friends, crew members, like her clients reportedly included like some of the co-stars and the filmmakers working on that movie. So she eventually stopped because she had some tattoo mishaps and she admitted that her skills were getting worse than better.
What is like a tattoo mishap? I would love to know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know. But the fact that she got so obsessed with it and just bought a tattoo gun, and somebody on the set, you know, like crew, they were like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Margot just got a tattoo gun. Go, let's get inked up." And she's got zero training, so thankfully she stopped. Yeah, you would
I should buy one. We should try it at work. I should buy one and take it in.
Wow.
And then we see what happens.
I think that would be a great podcast episode. I would not be a part of that episode, but I'd be happy to watch it.
I could, I have zero artistic capability.
I would, that sounds very believable.
All right, so as we wrap up Margot Robbie, I think Mendoza line 0. Give her a 0.
Who else?
Good producer, but just Ben. Just my buddy Ben. Hold on.
Yeah, it's pronounced Sheely.
This guy. He is a big fat 0.
I can't put her. You know what? I can't put her in the same Mendoza line as Ben. She's at least a 1.
You think so?
Probably not, according to the data. But
her total ROI, including Barbie, is at about a 3.4. If you take Barbie out...
including Barbie.
3.4. If you take Barbie out, she's at a 2.7. Now, folks, a break even is 2.5. So she is a career break even actor minus one big breakout hit.
Wow.
So she's stunning, you know, she's done a lot of movies, but when you look at her total career ROI, minus one big $1 billion hit, she's a break-even actor.
Yeah, she's easily a way better producer than an actor. So, you know, based on the data, you're right. That probably puts her at a 0.
Yeah, I think a 0 is break even, right? You lose money, you're below 0, and you make money, and you have all the other factors going along with it. She doesn't have a lot of range. She plays the same role.
Yes. If this Mendoza line was, say, applicable to just producers only, she's a 10.
Oh, 100%. Top producer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couple hits, couple misses, but for the most part, like, her production company seems to know what they're doing. And they'll fight for you, which goes back to the Greta Gerwig story.
Yeah.
Like, she'll fight hard.
So I think that's her misconception about Margot Robbie. I think it's that, you know, people think the biggest misconception is that they think she's a movie star. She's actually becoming a movie mogul more than, you know, she'll ever become a star. And good for her.
And the producers get the points, right? So like they'll get actors will get a salary and sometimes some back end points, but the producers, they take the risk and, you know, they get the payday.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I think we tried to determine this, what her net worth is. Let me find out.
Yeah. And while you're pulling that up, I'll talk about the other thing is with Wes Anderson, Asteroid City. Like, I'm a big Wes Anderson fan, but he's more of a prestige play. He doesn't go in and blow things up from a revenue perspective. Occasionally he'll get his breakout hits, but you know, he is a very niche producer, director, movie maker, right? And then, you know, Margot Robbie latch on to somebody like Greta Gerwig, but she also does a couple prestige things. But all right, what do you got?
So her estimated net worth in 2026 is between 60 to 80 million. I think we talked about this before. I thought it'd be a lot higher because of Barbie, because Barbie made a ton of money. So she's between 60 and 80 million. And I compared her earlier to Reese Witherspoon, and Reese Witherspoon, to me, I think she set the standard for women producers and you know, women owned companies. Her 2026 estimated net worth is between 400 and 440 million.
Who is?
So Reese Witherspoon. She has set the standard as movie owned companies in Hollywood, in my opinion.
Yeah. The other thing that's interesting with Margot Robbie is, and we talked about this a little bit with Tom Holland, she does a lot of, and I'm surprised by the number you gave us from a net worth perspective, because she's the brand ambassador for Calvin Klein, Nissan, Chanel. Really? She was picked personally by Karl Lagerfeld before he died in 2019. So she was personally chosen by this guy. And she's like, you know, she's Miss Chanel #5 because she's so recognizable. Like, she's very distinct in how she talks and carries herself and her appearance, but she has a lot of brands, you know, FHM's top 100 sexiest women in the world list. Like, she's all over the place. So
yeah,
she's not just making money in movies, right?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And then just to see her net worth, I mean, nothing to sneeze at, 60 to 80 million, but I was expecting something 150 to 200 at least, but
yeah,
she'll get there, I'm sure.
Yeah. Estimated annual earnings of 23.5 million. So outside of her 60 to 80, she's still pulling in almost 25 million a year. Not too bad.
All right. So I think that's a wrap on Margot, right? We put her at the 0 on the Mendoza line because the data and the analytics on her ROI body of work, that's where she lands. As a producer, completely different story, almost unrecognizable compared to her as an actor ROI. But it is what it is. I think she's just more, you know, she's better suited in the producer seat versus an actor in terms of ROI.
Yep.
All right. So are we at that point where we pick our sleeper picks upcoming for the month or the next, 60, 90 days, I think?
Yeah, we can. And you can go first and then I'll go into mine because I don't have a clip, but you do have a clip. So do you want to talk and then we'll talk about your clip, or how do you want me to run it?
I'll tee it up. So my sleeper pick, which releases this month, June 26th, and it's headlined by one of my favorite actors of all time, Russell Crowe. I thought him in Gladiator, that is in my top 3 movies of all time. So this movie that's coming out later this month, it's called The Get Out. There's another movie called The Get Out, but this is The Get Out.
Hold on. I'm gonna jump ahead. I got a little clip for you,
dude. I mean,
who is that? Look at that. Oh,
I mean, look at that look. It's just stunning.
Is that not Russell Crowe coming in? Is it your all-time favorite movie?
Dude, look at my lid. Look at my lid on that.
You should wear that. You should do that.
Dude, let's think about this. Imagine this for a second. I'm waiting there, in the Coliseum. And then, the other guy, he's already in the middle of the Coliseum waiting, right? And then the gate opens and this is what you're seeing, right? You're putting your sword down. You're going to walk away, take your shield off. Be like, you know what? I'm conceding.
Dude, in reality, you know why he's waiting? Because you're back in the tunnel shitting your pants, ready to walk out that tunnel with that big friggin' monster standing there.
That's right.
You're going to walk into... That's not you, dude. It's not you.
Dude, that's totally me.
Okay.
Look at my fresh lid, man. Like, that is spot on.
You should wear that. I'm telling you. You should do that for Halloween. You should get that costume and do your hair and come into
work like this?
Yeah, 100%.
Flex. They'll probably send me home. They'll be like, Mr. Mark, not work appropriate. I'll be like, look, I came here to entertain. Let me.
Are you not entertained? You just yell that out as you walk in.
With my fake sword. I should bring bring my He-Man sword just to throw people off. All right, so this movie with Russell Crowe coming out later this month. It's called The Get Out. The premise is very, very simplistic. It's the robbery of a club owner's establishment as he plans for his quiet life in retirement. Russell Crowe is that club owner.
All
and
right,
that's all
ready?
And that's
all right. Cue the clip.
Cue the clip.
Imagine all the negative energy in your life.
Why? I am Uncle
Good music.
Kipak.
Evening, boss.
Are we good? I am from Albania. I run a nightclub. It's a good job. Some stress.
Don't mess it up, amigo.
But not too much.
Time to let all the negativity go. Feel yourself growing lighter.
You suffered a cardiac incident, and if you don't make some very serious adjustments, well, you will die?
She said I have too much stress. Look at this. Hey, your mother...
Sorry. Maybe it's time we get away.
Oh, what?
Time to get away from it all. Tell Rodriguez she can't clean his money anymore.
I need to sell the club.
If we're gonna do this, I need to see real numbers.
You meet my price, I will show you everything. This guy's like clockwork.
Told you we get more money.
This is a real gun, so just stay back.
I brought my own. Money! No!
I'm not the kind of man you rob.
Do you want to get shot?
Take it easy.
Got jacked by Ronald Reagan.
We did not promise tomorrow
Aaron
this
Paul.
line of work. It was nice while it
Breaking
lasted.
Bad.
What do you say, Johnny Utah? In and out in 90 seconds, nobody ever gets shot.
So you're quoting Point Break now?
Looks good.
This
Yeah.
is not about money.
Right?
Yeah. Good
It's
cast.
about getting out alive.
You gotta stop leaving your gun in the glove box, man.
Like a shootout is better?
Go, 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 go!
Yeah. Well, I have to give credit to the wifey because she was like, this is one you should pick. And I was like, I've never heard of it. She was like, watch the trailer. I was like, oh. So I watched the trailer. I was like, oh, man. When it opened up with Russell Crowe, I was like, holy hell. I haven't heard about this movie. Have you?
No, me neither. That's good. Yeah. Kamala, good choice.
Yeah, shout out to the wifey.
Yeah.
All right, what's your pick?
So my pick is...
Oh, yeah, that's right. You clued us in earlier.
Yeah, so it's called Anything But Ghosts. And it's been done, so I'm not going to say it's some original crazy story. But the guy Curry Baker, who did The Obsession, they've already given him this movie, and this is his next movie. So he's the co-writer and director. And Aaron Paul, Breaking Bad, same thing you just saw. Bryce Dallas Howard, Jurassic World, red hair. You'll know her when you see her. Violet McGraw, who's Megan, and a guy named Chris Reneker. So that's the cast. And basically the premise is you got two paranormal investigators who are con men, right? Think like Brothers Grimm with Matt Damon when they go in and they, they fake the ghosts and then they kind of steal people's money. So they're con men, they're grifters. And, the same premise, they run into a situation where they actually run into real ghosts and real paranormal activity. And it's kind of a comedy horror where they're in over their head. Gotcha. But it's got that same micro budget, witty comedy writing, little dark. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say lightning's going to strike twice. As soon as a trailer becomes available, we'll play the trailer. But the movie just got cast, they're writing the script now, and it'll come out probably later this year, early 2027, because they shoot these things quick because there's limited scenes and, micro budget. So very much like The Frighteners or Brothers Grimm, but I'm anxious to see what they do with it. That's maybe a different twist, kind of like, the obsession thing has been done, the obsessed person, but they made it a little different, put their own little twist on it. So I'm hoping they can do the same thing here.
Man, wish we had a clip.
Anything But Ghosts. A lot of clips of people talking about it, but no actual clip because they haven't started shooting yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. That's my pick. All right. Is everybody ready? Because I haven't seen this yet.
All right. So can I tee it up?
Yeah, tee it up.
So what was the word I used earlier? Heartthrobbish. Yes. So John will laugh, but this casting tape was from a few years ago. I was probably in a little bit better shape. And this just kind of showcases my range again. You'll see me at the Coliseum. Like I'm battling. What was the other ones I was doing?
Is this Fight Club shape? Is this kind of shape in Fight Club?
Yeah. Totally, dude. In my heyday, dude, this is me walking around all the time. Kind of like when I was leading a Scottish army, right? I was pretty fit. This is a little bit more toned down, a little more dancey, but definitely still theme, pretty heartthrobbish.
All right.
With range. A lot of range on this one.
All right. Here we go.
Dude.
What happened?
What was that?
It's only 10 seconds.
Look at that.
Oh
my goodness. Look at my dude. 6
hey
months.
There, Bollywood.
I said I went from Hollywood to Bollywood in a blink of an eye.
I think you could pull this look off. Oh, dude. Right there. That's your look. Little facial hair going.
Dude, look at my boxers. They're exposed.
Yeah.
My belt buckle. Are you digging the belt buckle?
This whole thing is a little effeminate. This isn't really cowboy belt buckle look. But
it's a belt buckle. How about the one when I'm shaking side to side, man? That's like... My hair.
Ooh.
They took they took one of those hot combs to my hair, so
yeah, they did.
It could flow better in the wind.
I don't know which hair is better. I don't know if that hair is better or if the gladiator hair is better.
We should get a vote. Do we go Gladiator fresh lid or my Bollywood hot comb look?
Come on.
I can,
dude. This is another classic.
Let me find the hair. Where's the hair?
We're gonna have to get a poll. Like, where is Mark's hair?
Right there.
Oh man, dude.
Which hair do we want?
I'm just saying. There's just a lot of versatility in my lid. I could go.
So
with
I'm going to create a video. I'm going to create a TikTok. I'll put this hair, William Wallace.
William Wallace. I mean, you got to go with the other Fight Club hair, right? When it's kind of like, that.
Like that?
Yeah.
Where's it? Or like that?
No, I mean, look, I look distorted. You can't.
Yeah, I think this. I'm going to give you this.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you the gladiator hair. I'll give you the Bollywood hair.
Bollywood cut, yeah.
Bollywood cut.
Yeah.
And then we can throw in the... You want this cut? You want that cut?
They can... I mean, each one of them is like award worthy anyway, so I would be comfortable with any of these. I could wear any of these out. Oh my God, look at that.
Or you want this cut?
That is,
I don't know, dude. I'm such a dumbass. I don't know why this is so funny to me, but
that is my barbarian cut.
All right, we're gonna go with the 4. I'll put the video with the 4 cuts.
If I look like that come Halloween, like, look out, man.
All right.
I should go horseback. I should go horseback in my neighborhood and wear my Scottish Barbary look.
Your kilt? Wear your kilt around?
Yeah.
In your neighborhood, that would probably go over okay.
I think so.
You'd have all the guys running.
Yeah. Well, that was a nice little treat, right? And the thing is, you didn't see my Bollywood clip before, a few minutes ago. You had no idea.
No idea.
Yeah, I got a lot of that. I got a lot of my.
Tell Kamala we're gonna need maybe 20 to 30 seconds. We're gonna need a little longer to.
I mean, it
just
is
fully soak in the thing.
Sometimes the budget only allows for 8 seconds, John. So that's whatever the budget allows is what we're gonna get. So
got it. The budget using too many tokens. I only got so many tokens available for my AI.
Yeah, we got to air that other clip. Did you re-upload this?
Take a picture of your ass while you're hitting the ball. This picture of your ass while you're hitting the ball. No, my clip won't upload, and I don't know how to play it unless I upload it.
All right.
Here,
we'll get it next week.
This is what happens. It just spins. It doesn't do anything, and then it hoses up all the stuff.
Well, next week we'll air your swing.
All right. Look, now I can't stop it. This is such a piece of shit. Right? It's so ridiculous.
Yes.
Riverside, what are you doing? Look, now it just spins. Now I'm screwed. I can't do anything. Can't change the layout. See if you can change the layout.
I don't see anything. It's just you and I on
the screen.
Point. Yeah.
All right. So it's the normal layout of me and you next to each other.
Uh-huh.
All right, good. Because on mine, I got 4 black boxes just spinning right now. And don't worry, I'll edit all this out. All right, so we got Margot Robbie coming in at a 0, break-even actor, minus, some intellectual property, which according to all the movie ball stats was destined to just do well. We got 2 sleeper picks coming out. We got The Obsession that's just blowing up the box office at some incredible return. We got The Get Out, which is Mark's pick that's going to be coming up that I'll go see for sure. And then we got Curry Baker, who's already been predicted to, or already been given another movie, and he's out making it. We're going to see where that goes. And Mark kicked out of Bollywood for, I don't know.
That was a Bollywood treat.
Hogging hair gel.
For those that were following my short-lived career on the big screen, I mean, I tested the waters. I I did what I could. Just I never made the short list for the cash, and so that's why I'm here talking about it. You got to give it a go, people. Like, if you want to chase that dream, you want to be an actor in Hollywood, you got to do these takes. You know, you got to screen test. That's why I screen tested. Hope for the best.
Live the dream, like what's her name, Camila Mendez. Hopefully, He-Man pays off for her, and she's living the dream. If
Yes.
not, she has a big TikTok career.
Yeah. If not, she can start a podcast if she doesn't already have one, and be like us.
All right, good stuff.
Yeah, we covered a lot today.
We did. Good Saturday morning, better than the cartoons. Oh, you know what else I missed from Saturday morning?
What's that?
Remember the little fat oddball looking guy that used to tell you to pour your orange juice in the ice tray and you got sunshine on a stick? I want to be that little fat guy on your Saturday morning.
You should air that clip.
I will. I'll find that clip up next Saturday. If we do it again, I'll play the clip.
Yeah, Saturday mornings are not bad. Like, if we can do it earlier, I'd probably better, but Saturday mornings is fine.
Yeah, I think I might go get some lunch, play a little golf, maybe get a massage in the afternoon. It's a very good day. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and good luck to my wife and daughter. They're running the half marathon in the Grand Tetons.
Good luck.
Give a shout out to them.
What's the weather like down there?
Beautiful. They were sending me pictures. It's absolutely beautiful. They sent me a picture at mile 8. So they're still running.
Nice. All right. Next week, we're going to air the clip in its entirety, hopefully.
Yeah. We'll get it working before then. We'll play it.
All right. Very good. All right.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
See? This freak piece of crap. Now it's not playing because I got all this other crazy shit playing. All right. I'll just overlay it when I get all this other stuff taken out. Pin, unpin. Yeah. This is the dumbest update. All right. I'm done. Done my rant. All right, folks. Movie Killer Podcast, mkpcast.com. Checked out the website. We've been updating some stats. We're going to throw Margot Robbie in at a big fat 0, lined up with her buddy Ben Affleck. And go to TikTok, take a look at some of the videos. Our Odyssey video with Elliot Page doing really well. Share, like, get the word out. We're still searching for 1,000. As soon as we get 1,000, we're going to try to air live on TikTok and do a little bit more there. Oh, we did get accepted into some affiliate program now with TikTok. So we got a little growth. So now we can do sponsors and some other stuff through TikTok that we couldn't do before. So this will be episode 21, which seems like seems like we just started and going strong. So thanks everybody for your support and we appreciate it.
Yeah. See you next week, either Thursday night or Saturday morning. We'll make the call early in the week, hopefully.
Yeah, and we'll try to do a little better of promoting so you guys know when we're out there, and hopefully Riverside will get their shit together.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy.
All right. See everyone next week.